You are worthy, O Lord, to receive glory and honor and power, for you created all things, and by your will they exist and were created. All right, here we are. Week 5, Created Outdoors. Good friend Jeff Stitzline. He's going to share his Ohio buck story with us.
Hey guys, Jeff here. It started out in Loudonville, Ohio. I was hunting this property for a couple weeks now. It's my family property. We've had some deer out on camera, nothing that I was after in particular. Had some young bucks, some 2-, 3-year-olds, a bunch of does, but nothing I was after in particular. So the next day on October 21st, we go back out again. It was a wet, kind of rainy day. It's currently 49 degrees outside and it's raining, but the rain's supposed to be clearing out here probably around 5 o'clock. So we're hoping deer will be up on their feet after that. It's been raining pretty much all day today and most of the day yesterday and all last night. So we're hoping that'll have the deer up and moving on their feet this afternoon once the rain clears out. So, keep it posted and stay tuned.
We have been trusted on some of the most significant projects around the world. And now we're in the heartland of America. Our products dig deep, lift more, and stack higher with a warranty you can depend on. Soon you'll realize that trusting our quality changes the world. Check our website for a dealer near you.
I'm the reason.
I'm the reason.
I'm the reason.
I'm the reason.
This segment of Created Outdoors is brought to you by Vanderveer Chevrolet. Buy smart, leave happy.
All right, it's the next day, October 22nd. We're heading out to the stand again. Same spot we were in the day before. It was windy, sunny, and felt like we had some pretty good action from the day before, so we have good hopes for today as well. Once in the stand, I had a couple of does, I think 5. I had some come in just to my left, about 5 yards from the base of my tree, and then I had a couple more from behind me coming to the right of my tree, and they came out, ended up funneling right in front of my tree stand, and then going down off to the right around the cornfield the same way I walked in. As I'm sitting there watching the does kind of feed on the corner a little bit and make their way up around the path, I kind of heard something rustling in the leaves behind me, and as I did so, I kind of slowly turned to my left and looked over my shoulder, and that's where I seen the buck coming out the same path they did. As I'm standing there watching this deer at 5 yards, trying to get my bow and camera both in position, this is where a cameraman would come in handy.
I just shot the big one. I just shot the big one. Oh my gosh, I got a conical. Oh my. Oh my gosh. Just shot him. I just shot him. Yeah, the big one with the curled tines. At 5 yards, literally straight down almost. Yeah, he was following 5 does. Right there's another shooter right in front of me. Oh my
So after reviewing the footage, I realized I didn't have the kill shot on film, so I gave Doug a call to see what he wanted me to do. And he told me to not worry about getting the recovery shot on film since I didn't get the kill shot.
It's my fault. It really is.
The following day, Doug and I got some pictures of the amazing whitetail I was able to harvest, and I feel truly blessed that I was given the chance to harvest the whitetail I did.
You know, what a great story. What an amazing deer, Jeff. Man, I'm so proud of you. I'm glad to have you as part of the team. You know, I think Jeff learned a valuable lesson. Self-filming is a lot of hard work. It takes two to lay down really good whitetail footage. But hey, Created Outdoors is more than just the hunt. For sales and service you can count on, choose Vanderveer Chevrolet.
Preparation is vital to success. But what is vital to preparation? For hunters, it's a high-quality, reliable target. That is why, at Walk On Archery, we have spent hours honing our skills and perfecting our methods to help you perfect yours. From practice to play, and from play to the stand, we're with you every step of the way. Because we don't just make targets, we make better hunters.
This segment of Created Outdoors is brought to you by Renewable Lubricants.
Well, welcome back. Now we're hunting in Ohio on my dirt in East Canton. We are super fortunate to have this small parcel of property. It's a 10.5 acre piece of property, and it's kind of a funny story, but there's no grass. I don't have a yard. I turned the whole yard into a food plot. Let the deer do the grass mowing down there for me. And it's a real special place. So come along with us as we share this Ohio hunt.
All right, we're rolling down the highway, heading to southern, well, not really southern Ohio. We'll call it northeast Ohio. It's southern Ohio according to where I live on the map. But we're rolling down. We have a couple cool deer coming into a field. And that's about, we'll say 60 yards from the front of the house. So we're gonna climb down in this little horse barn that I set a blind up in, and we're gonna try to ambush him. But we have a good 160s class. Oh, I think he's a mainframe 8 with some stickers. And then we also have a buck we call the jaw buck. We have some footage of him from last year, have his sheds from last year. And if my finger gets a little itchy, he may fall over. So stick with us, we're gonna have some fun. Look over this way, right there, the red barn. That's where the magic's gonna happen.
Well, we've been hunting a couple days here in Ohio. I hunted a ground blind close to the house. Cody and I decided to go in and check a trail camera and put out like Kishel's mock scrape. We put it out. We put some corn out to try to keep some does coming around. And we're waiting on this front to come through. We got a red moon and a front. which equals a lot of deer movement.
Right, hey, we just got to my property here in Ohio, and neighbors are having a party over here, so hopefully it pushes the deer to us the way we think they're coming in. We have 4 different bucks showing up around 7:15, so if they show up at 7:15 tonight, hopefully me and Mr. Zickafoos have a chance of putting down an Ohio giant, so come along with us.
You know, it's a special kind of hunt when you're hunting on your own property and you get to walk in and you know that you've managed, you've planted, you've shed hunted, you've hung the stands, you're figuring out the deer movement, you're doing all the homework to get in and gain a leg up on these mature whitetails. And every time I walk to a stand, I just reflect on the blessing it is to be able to have your own piece of property that you can hunt and still have that Second Amendment right to bear arms.
Oh, we just got up in the woods. We jumped one coming up. I think he's the jaw buck. He wasn't 50 yards from the house, 10 yards from the water. And we've got in the tree, so we're gonna get set up. Wind feels perfect. Come on, 7 o'clock.
Your bow is your weapon. A tool that should be as rugged as you are. Built for protection. Engineered for endurance. Designed for extremes. Let the archery revolution begin.
We have been trusted on some of the most significant projects around the world. And now we're in the heartland of America. Our products dig deep, lift more, and stack higher with a warranty you can depend on. Soon you'll realize that trusting our quality changes the world. Check our website for a dealer near you. This segment of Created Outdoors is brought to you by Steady Form. Shoot with confidence.
Well, I'm sitting in the tree, the groundhog leaves, and it's just surreal, man. It's beautiful. The sun's setting. It's like 4:30. It's just a stunning afternoon, and in the quietness, I hear, "Here comes a buck." And I look up at Ryan, and I look back down, and I hear, "Here comes a buck." And I think he's messing with me. I look down underneath the stand, and here he is, coming on a string right to us.
Duck, here comes a nice buck. Dude, shoot. What's our big shooter?
Well, you know, Ryan says, "Here comes a buck," and I'm looking under the stand. Next thing I know, my new breed's already in my hand. He's walking right to us on a string, and I'm just praying, "Lord, give me the strength. Please help this arrow hit its mark." And here he comes, closer and closer and closer.
Dude, that was our big buck. That was our big buck. We just shot him, dude. He's deader than a doornail. Oh, we just shot a giant, dude. We just shot a giant. Can you believe that? He just come walking out of there. Oh.
You know, after I watched that arrow come off the bow, you know, as a hunter, you watch that arrow just disappear in slow motion. And I knew that that arrow had hit its mark. And the emotion that had passed over me with the history I've had with this deer, the trail camera pictures and the encounters of seeing him on the hoof last year, the whole thing, you know, a lot of people think hunters are just killers, but you know, I've grown this deer. He's almost part of the family, and for me to be able to harvest something that I've invested that much time in is what it's all about as a hunter.
I have so much history with that deer. I can't believe he come walking out of there. You see the arrow?
No, I see blood down there though. See those leaves?
Oh yeah. All right, dude, I cannot wait to get down. We got to get our hands on this deer. I heard him crash. He's got to be dead over there. I know he went right down in the ravine. I mean, heck, he wasn't 10 yards when I shot him, so, dude, let's go get him.
Well, Ryan and I get down out of the tree, you know, and this deer is on top of us close, less than 10 yards. We get down, immediately find blood, walk around the corner, find the arrow, and we know the direction this deer is going, so we walk over the ridge.
Slaying us some zombies. See him, dude? He went that way. He's laying over here. He's a stud. Check him out. Too. Give me some of that. Booyah. Well, here he is, folks. I'm super tickled to death. He was our target buck for the year. I have a ton of history, ton of pictures of this deer over the last couple years. He's a 5-year-old. I can't believe he came in so early. This moon in his front's pushing him out, and he was less than 10 yards away when we shot him. And Ryan Zickafoos's first time in a tree running the camera. Awesome job. Big-bodied mature deer. Tagged out early in Ohio. I can't say what a deer like this means to kill on your own property. You know, people think you can't kill a good buck on 10 acres. I'm here to tell you you can, because God provides what He wants you to harvest. Whew. Ryan, thanks for sharing this memory with me, brother.
I want to share this with you. This is the rack off the animal that I was able to harvest this year. You know, and as you look behind us, you see all the deer that God's blessed me to be able to harvest over the years. And I want to say something about those animals. These animals that are hanging on the wall have never done anything for me other than created that God-created moment. You know, the only thing that's ever hung for me that's made a difference in my life is Jesus Christ on the cross. And I want to encourage you guys, if you don't know Him as your Lord and Savior, take the opportunity to do so and to introduce your kids to something that really makes a big difference in your life. Join us next week on Created Outdoors as old Ryan Zickafoos and I team up again to hunt bucks in Pennsylvania.
I just shot the big one. I just shot the big one. Oh.
He's a giant. We just shot him, dude. He's deader than a doornail. Oh, we just shot a giant, dude. Oh, we just shot a giant.